let's just put it this way. It didn't work out.
We're good now. We're like, there's no, yeah, I guess not everything works. I guess the timing, there's a lot of things we wanted to do individually, and it just, the timing and our personalities, just, it was hard, yeah.
Ayan, ang ganda-ganda ng ating kachikahan today. Miss Franki Russell.
Hello!
We want to get to know you more kasi ngayon ka lang namin nachichika. Diba? So, konting background lang. You were born talaga in New Zealand or grew up there?
Lumaki ako sa New Zealand po, sa hanggang high school. Tapos I moved to Australia and then dito sa Philippines.
So, pero dito ka pinanganak?
No, I grew up in New Zealand po. So I was born in New Zealand too. Yung tatay ko, Kiwi, New Zealander, and my mom is Filipina.
Do you remember visiting the Philippines in between while growing up? Yung parang bakasyon, gano'n?
Actually, never po. My first time talaga to come here was 2019 when I moved here. So not so more recently actually.
So ano yon? Parang in a spur of the moment, nag-decide ka, uwi akong Pilipinas.
Parang, like I knew I had my lola and mga pinsan that live here that I'd never met sa personal. So that was something I always wanted to do growing up. And syempre, I learned about my mom and where she's from, like her culture, that side of her. So sobrang curious ako. And then tapos I had an opportunity to do commercial modeling, like parang going to castings, ganon. So that's how it started. So I thought I would be here for 3 months lang, but then yun, I'm here still na because I enjoy it a lot. So
magta-try out ka lang sana and then...
Yeah, I was very lucky. Swerte ako. So I sort of fell into everything, but now I'm like, I realize now, yeah, this is where I want to be. Talaga, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Ano sabi ng mom mo? Iniwan mo siya doon?
Sobrang nagulat siya. Because syempre, she moved to New Zealand, so she could never imagine that I would have moved here, diba? So, pero na yun, she sees what I'm doing and she's very supportive and excited. So, yeah, she visits naman. She was here last month. She was yeah, so she visits a lot, so it's nice.
Sinama mo ba siya sa set?
Wala pa, hindi. I want to, if ever, the timing would be very cool to show her my world.
How's growing up in New Zealand? Adventurous ka ba? Kasi parang yung lugar na yun known for adventure eh.
Oh, I'd say I'm quite adventurous. I mean, I've tried skydiving before, so I love like new experiences. But sa totoo, I find New Zealand very sobrang tahimik doon. So yung life there is mas simple. Things shut a lot earlier. And syempre, there's not really as much work in this industry there. So I prefer to live here, but I love visiting there to see my mom, and it's a beautiful place.
Oh, wow. Tapos, nung pumunta ka dito, paano ka naman nag-land sa PBB?
I feel like it was tadhana talaga because someone had pulled out though, and they were looking for a boy actually at the time. So my manager at the time, which was just for commercial, like going to TV castings, sabi niya, that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, diba? So I was like, sige, I'll go to the casting, like, maganda. And then literally that night, the producers said, pack your bags, you're going in tonight. So it was so last minute, but I think, yeah, it was meant to happen talaga.
So parang kung simple yung buhay mo before, ngayon naman parang ratsa-ratsada ka.
Oh, and then after PBB, I went straight into Provinciano, and it was just, yeah, very, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, very cool.
But is this the ultimate goal? You really wanted to be an actress. That's why you came to the Philippines.
Um, I was doing more like on modeling and things before. So in high school, always did drama, and like I loved acting and like being in front of the camera. But I didn't really know it was possible. I guess I just didn't like. It's definitely there's no real showbiz and living it. Now I'm definitely more ambitious now because I'm like, okay, wow, I have my lead role in a
Yeah.
movie for Pabuya. So I was like, okay, I can do this. I want to do this. So yeah.
But did you always know you can act?
Um,
There's always something artistic inside you na kumakawala.
I guess so. I always felt like in front of my mom or growing up, I would always be like, I guess, kind of loud or like do little performances, like it's like silly things. So I definitely always felt like I wanted to do something different. And yeah, that's
Go back lang ako ng konti pa. So pagdating mo ng Pilipinas, naka-hook up ka na agad with modeling. There's people talaga na, kumbaga meron ka na agad kakilala that paved the way for you to be a model.
yes, but so because I did a little bit of modeling in
Australia.
yeah, Australia, New Zealand, and that's where I met my manager. And then yeah, I arrived with an agency already, but that was for more on just normal castings, not showbiz. So the showbiz thing kind of just happened. I was like, wow.
And then how did Viva come into your life naman?
During the pandemic, actually, po. So sige ng pandemya, umuwi ako sa New Zealand, and then ayun, I think it was around the time things were a lot more quiet. And they reached out to me. They messaged me, and then syempre, like a big idol of mine is like Ann Curtis, like a lot of artists that they look after. So when I found out that they're interested in me, I was like, I would love to. So I remember I was working with Yasi at the time, so Provinciano, and I saw how successful and strong her career is. So it's yeah, felt very blessed that Viva wanted to have me. So
How many are you in the family? I mean, how many siblings do you have?
I'm the bunso, so I have my older brother, older sister, and two half sisters from my dad's previous marriage. So
And they all look like you?
actually we all look very different. Yeah, iba-iba.
So, kasi kung ganyan kayo kaganda lahat, pauwiin mo na rin dito.
They visit naman. My siblings love the Philippines too, so they visit, pero not their thing.
Okay. Okay. I don't, it's up to you if you want to answer this, but how did you like cross paths with Jago Loisanda?
So Diego naman, so when I first started with Viva, I watched a lot of their movies on Viva Max because syempre I need to see what it's about. And one of the first movies I watched was Greed, a movie he did with Nadine. And I just remember thinking like, sino to? Like he's guapo niya, and I didn't really know. I hadn't really heard about him too much, but then I didn't really think about it. But then I went on set for Rolling In It, a game show ni Yasi Pressman. And when I walked on set, like he was there with Albie doing the episode bago my one. And I was never like, oh, that's the person I recognized from the movie. So I didn't want to go up to him, but I said hello to Albie. I knew Albie. And then 5 minutes later, he entered the dressing room and introduced himself. So then that was the first time I met him. I just remember thinking like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah.
So what happened?
Yun lang. I guess we had a lot of similarities. Like he grew up in he went to high school in Australia, so there's a lot of things we had in common. And I guess from there we just clicked and like didn't stop hanging out from then. And to have then become working together. I'm like, wow, this is very, you never know what's around the corner, diba? So it's very cool.
Yeah. But okay. um during the press con, remember, both of you were saying that the the cooling thing, the cooling off is part of a method acting process.
I said that. That's it. Um,
we
I
didn't
guess
buy
so.
it. We didn't really buy it.
I know that's what I thought. I was like, the people really, I don't know. Cool. I don't want to go back on what he said. Maybe for him, that was the plan, but yun, I guess
It's just palusot.
ko yeah, I,
Let's just put it this way. It didn't work out.
we're good now. We're like, there's no, yeah, I guess not everything works. I guess the timing, there's a lot of things we wanted to do individually, and it just, the timing and our personalities, just, it was hard. Yeah, yes. Not
But
everything works out.
you're okay. You're in like you're communicating somehow.
Yeah, always.
But
See
it's a good thing you managed to still do this film with him.
yeah, I felt very lucky to work with him because, I loved his work before, and then to now be on set with him, yeah, was really happy and excited to have Diego as my leading man, for sure.
Was there some sort of awkward moments on the set?
Hindi naman. I think because we felt so comfortable that it was just like no time had passed. Like if we hadn't been speaking for some weeks, so it was fine. It was very good.
He can be a little intense in terms of acting. Were you able to like sumabay? How do you say it? Were you able to match his energy?
I think so. I feel like the energy of synergy, like together, it worked really well. Like in our scenes, when you watch the movie, I felt like he was very good at playing the gangster role, and I tried to learn a lot from him, really. Like seeing him in a working environment, I just felt like, wow, this is how Diego works. So no, I felt like I learned a lot from him.
How do you assess your acting now compared to Provinciano?
I feel a lot more confident now, for sure. I think I was very, Siyempre, it was my first like teleserie, Provinciano, and being around like all these veteran actors like Coco, Marco Dumeza, I was definitely more shy person, I think. And then so many people on set. So I took that learning experience into this movie, and now I really felt like, I feel like with every project I get better, I'm getting better. So
You're in love with acting now.
now I really appreciate the craft a lot. Like after this movie, I've shot a second one actually, and I feel
Wow.
like even in that one, I really, yeah, I just feel like I'm getting better with every project, and I want to always make sure each project is better than the last. So try my best.
But if you don't mind, you came at a time when it's the uso na genre is sexy. So you didn't mind like showing skin.
So actually, sige ng pandemic, right before that, I think I met with Viva before that was trending. It was really during the pandemic that I noticed that it started, trending. But to be honest, I've always been kind of comfortable. Like if you look at my Instagram, I upload at the beach or in swimwear. So I've never, if the role calls for it, I really see no problem. I mean, especially abroad, America, a lot of movies I watch, it's it's not really even like a trend. It's just normal. But at Siempre, I think because the Philippines is a lot more conservative, there will always be people that are kind of shocked, like, oh,
Pero yung pictorial niyo ni Diego, hot.
that was fun. With Xander Angeles, he's a very good photographer. I really loved how those photos turned out. Diego loved them too. Very cool.
Can you describe to us your role in Pabuya?
So I am playing Bella. So Diego's character Pepe, he is like a gangster on the run. We're kind of like long lost lovers, I guess. We have a kid together,
Oh,
a son together in the movie, but we haven't seen each other in years. But he still helps out Bella. So I guess he feels like financially. So he feels like he trusts her. And when he gets into some trouble, he
betrayed him.
he reaches out to Bella, and then you kind of see whether, I guess the movie is a lot about loyalty and trust and action.
So your character somehow, is it a scheming character?
I feel like no. I feel like because she has a good heart. Bella has a good heart. She can see that she really loves Pepe, and she just wants to do the best for her family, her child, her sister. So I feel like she's very torn because I mean, it's not her fault that he's a gangster too, so that he has a hit out on him. So yeah.
Okay, Pabuya in English is reward. So what's the greatest reward so far in your life?
Ooh, biggest reward. I think being able to travel. I really love exploring new places and going to the beach. So I think when I take like a vacation or something, that feels like a reward to me. Like this is,
And are you the type who rewards yourself? Like if you've done a good job, like in Pabuya, if you think you've done a good job, do you like buy yourself a bag or go to the spa to pamper?
I guess so. Yeah, I feel like maybe not. I'm not super materialistic, so maybe not like bags and things, but definitely like experiences. Like I always want to go to dinner with my friends, or I feel like in life it's always good to celebrate every small win. So I definitely make sure to reward myself. Even with food, I love eating certain food. If I feel like okay, so I worked out and made sure I was looking good for the role. Now I'm gonna eat whatever I want after. So,
What's the big plan? Is showbiz your big plan now?
So I guess like I said, like a big idol of mine is like si Ann Curtis. I mean, I feel like walang impossible, diba? So I just want to make sure tuloy na tuloy yung mga roles, make sure I'd love to try different types of genres, like maybe romantic or comedy or horror. So as long as I'm working, I'm surrounded by different people, I feel like that's all I can ask for, really. Very lucky to be in the industry.
Yung next project mo, anong genre? Clue lang.
It's very different actually. Like I feel like I'm a completely different person in this one. It's sexy naman din, pero more on thriller, not action though. So
Dito ba nag-action ka kahit paano sa Pabuya? May konti?
More on Diego naman. But I got to go on the back of his motorbike, so it's felt a little bit of the action, but not in terms of like the fighting or no.
You think you can do comedy?
Yes, I would love to actually. That would be because I feel like you can be sort of more spontaneous and ad-lib a lot. So I would love to do comedy talaga. I think so.
Buti magaling ka mag-Tagalog kahit may konting twang.
Oh, my accent. I'm curious if halata ba yung accent in Pabuya. I really tried to. I would always ask. Lagi kong tanong si Diego na, does this sound right? Does this sound like a Filipina na Filipina? He's like, it's good. So, di ko alam. Abangan. Yes. But I'm always trying to get better naman.
Diego himself has accent too.
Minsan, oo nga eh. Diba? May twang.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Last question. Are you ready to date a new?
I feel like I'm the type of person na easily in love. Like I fall in love too easily, and that can make that maybe too much my world. So maybe for now, I'm not looking for it. But if it's in front of me, or if things change or something happens, I'm open to it. But it's not something I'm actively searching for.
That's nice. Okay, more power to you, and see you in more movies. And please invite our audience.
Maraming salamat po. So make sure you subscribe to Viva Max and watch Pabuya, starring Diego Loyzaga and ako bilang Bella. It's written and directed by Phil Giordano, and sana supportahan nyo kami sa unang pelikula, and my first project with Viva. So I'm very excited for you to see it, and it comes out on October 7th. So lapit na.
Yes, I think a lot of people are curious about you, so
Oh,
I think it's gonna be number one.
thank you po. Sana, and sana there's more to come. So yes, different genres.
Thank you so much.
Thank you din po. Salamat. Ingat.
Nothing to you. Thank you.
Bye.